What's up, what's up, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Maverick's Point of View. Back at y'all with another video. Today is the 24th of May, I believe. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, so just pre-warning, the charts might not open tomorrow. Sometimes they're closed during the holidays. However, they'll probably still open today and then give us a little bit of movement going into tomorrow and then going into Tuesday, excuse me. So I'm just recapping gold. Let's see what happened. Let's talk about what happened. Not much has happened honestly this week. The charts have been very like annoying. This kind of happens going towards summer, like I said in the last video. But I still want to go over things so you guys like kind of just follow along and get what's going on, and aren't just confused looking at the charts, right? So what we have here is, if you guys noticed, like I was talking about last week, and I'll delete these alerts because they already triggered. Well, I set these to trigger again, but I'll put them back later. You know what? Sometimes I gotta move on my side. So they just get out the way. All right. So let's see my circle. All right. So I'm gonna mark here our new lower low, and these orange circles are gonna help you guys identify it simple, quickly, and see exactly what's going on. So lower highs, lower highs. This was a higher low compared to this low right here, right? But then we had a new lower low. So remember I said we have a new lower low. We're probably going to see a downtrend continue. And so that's what I'm looking for this week, is for that downtrend to continue, this lower low. Let's see if the weekly kind of adds up. Yeah, the weekly movement's still pushing downward. So we don't have a reversal yet. The biggest way to kind of know when to get in these moves is when we do see a newer low or a newer high, right? A higher high or a lower low. Those are the best times to be like, okay, now I know where we're going. Now I'm gonna get into the chart. So yeah, this was a good, this is a good indication that we're going downwards. Let me see what I want to do here. All right. So if I just mark it plainly with this, right? We're going downwards, but at the end of the day, the week ended up kind of like right above it. If I show you on the weekly version, now you guys can see. So is it a downtrend? Yes. Is it a strong lower low? Not really. Am I going to take advantage of it? Probably not. I'm probably just going to wait. Like I've been telling you, I've been waiting throughout this whole consolidation box. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? This is what oh my gosh, why do I got all these alerts? Apparently none of these alerts deleted. I am sorry. Hold on. Okay, you guys should be able to see everything clearly now. So, as you guys seen, we're still in this box, this matrix box that I've been telling you about. That's why this movement isn't great. I've been talking about this, so you guys, you know about it already. Now the movement's getting tighter and tighter, right? Even though there's lower lows, and lower highs, it's like not giving us much range to work with. That's what I mean by tighter. Instead of doing this, you know what I'm saying? The chart's doing this, like getting tighter, tighter, tighter. You know what I'm saying? I might have went off the screen. But yeah, long story short, I'm not seeing too much defined movement that makes me want to jump into anything. Um, Obviously, this is what I've showed y'all for a reason. You know what I mean? I did this one just so y'all could kind of see it better and clearer. But these are the main moves that I'm waiting for. This move here and this move here. Once it gets to those levels, like I said, we're gonna see a lot of good movement, good momentum. Right now, it's just kind of trapped in the matrix. It might stay trapped all summer. You know what I'm saying? So if you're really anxious to take a trade, you might have to go in a lower time frame, and that's all you. That's your business. That's how you trade. But me, I'm just trying to show y'all how it's supposed to be done. So yeah, we've got lower highs, new lower low created. So we might see another push downward still to this zone, to this pocket that I've already had for you guys. And I'm waiting. I'm just being patient. The biggest thing about trading, and the best way to trade is to be patient. To be patient and wait for the right moves. As I've been telling y'all, don't force a move. Don't force the charts. I mean, do if you want, but that's when you take L's. So I've had my fair share of those in the past, and I don't want you guys to have any that can be avoided. You're gonna take losses regardless, because trading is a business. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you want to win more than you lose, and you want to make the most tactical decisions when you're trading, right? So if I don't see a lot of good volume going in a certain direction, which is what we're talking about right now with this lower low, I'm gonna wait and be patient, right? Now, naturally, when this breaks, let's say that lower low comes and this breaks and makes another lower low, that might be a good entry. So when you see, wow, I'm going over there. Let me fix it. All right, so when y'all see it get below here, you know what I'm saying, and lock in there. So when you see sellers lock in below this level right here at 4477, that should be a good opportunity for you to sell. You know what I mean? If you guys do want to sell to this level, you know, it's all on you. However, the best opportunity obviously is going to be when we get out of this pocket. But if you must take a trade, wait for that to break. Don't be fooled if it does break above this level too, right? With spot two. Right? If a new high is created here, it's still a lower high in comparison to this one. That's why we have this drawn out so you guys can see what the ultimate trend is. Obviously, this is currently a downtrend if it has lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So if it makes a new lower high, it might do the same thing, right? Boom, and then go back down. So it might go boom, play around a little bit, and then go back down and look like this. So that could happen. I'm gonna let y'all benchmark that in your brain real quick, or this could happen. Those would be, kind of what you're looking for, or it could just keep going up and now start its uptrend rise. We don't know. You know what I mean? That's why we have to take the market in phases and stages, and not just like imagine that what we want to happen is going to happen. We just take it in phases, take it in stages. As you see your moves start to mark up, then you start taking trades. You know what I'm saying? If you see this start to happen, then you start taking trades, right? You see a new high get created and another high get created, then you start taking trades because now we're making higher highs and higher lows. If you see the lows come in, then you take your trade. You know what I'm saying? Once you see the lower low get broke, that's when you take your trade. Because you want to take the smartest, most strategical trade. You don't want to just trade to trade, and you don't want to just whimsically trade, is basically what I'm telling you guys, right? So for lack of extending this video any longer than it needs to be, this is what I'm looking at this week. Looking at those two moves happening. But ultimately, I'm waiting for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for this move or this move. That's ultimately what I'm waiting for. But do I take trades sometimes? Yeah, if the daily's giving me good momentum going down, where I might take a sell. You know what I mean? That's for more seasoned traders. If you're a new person, don't do that. Stay in the pocket of comfortability that works for you. You know what I mean? And not in the pocket of this pocket here, because obviously there's chaos. So anyway, that's been pretty much it, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Another video. I don't want to keep making a video about the same stuff, but at the end of the day, this is all about benchmarking, creating videos of over time so you guys can see how things shape over time. And I made a point to do this every week, so there should be 52 of these videos a year of me going over this chart over and over and over again so you guys can see and I'm following it through the chart. I want you guys to learn. I want you guys to observe how a real trader looks at the charts and should look at the charts and should plot their moves ahead of time. And just no, there's no funny business. The market can't trick me because I know what's going on. So thank y'all for tuning in again. Enjoy your holidays. I don't really celebrate them, but y'all have fun. Y'all enjoy. And yeah, this has been another video with Maverick's Point of View. Tech Dives, Volume 19. 19, wow. Consistency. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Peace.